There's no shame in being angry. Emotions like hatred, irritation, and frustration exist for a very good reason. They're here to put you in a position of power, so when you truly need to defend yourself, you're able to do so. Without these emotions, humanity would not have survived. But what you should be careful about is the negative side of these emotions. Because these emotions, they do not discriminate between the problem, the incident that actually caused them, and other things that is originally irrelevant. This is exactly why sometimes people who harm other people are actually victims themselves to another form of abuse, because the emotion that they gained from their traumatic experience is incorrectly oriented towards other victims. So, this unfortunately creates a downward spiral of emotions causing more problems, which incite more emotions in the long run. And this is exactly why emotions can destroy someone. And in its essence, the idea of composure starts with awareness, being aware of the dangers that emotions can cause, being aware of the fact that emotions can affect across time and across space, and being aware of the current situation that you have at hand. And do not extrapolate emotions or generalize them to situations that are irrelevant. Likewise, if you're able to maintain composure, if you're able to allow your logical thoughts to override your emotions for a moment, you're actually able to focus on the problem at hand, and that's where the emotions came from. Thus, you might actually be able to come up with solutions or resolve the situation already, and naturally your emotions will be gone with it. Letting your emotions out while causing damage in the process may actually reinforce them and worsen the situation. Continuing from our previous example, if people who have suffered traumas and abuse sought medical attention or professional advice, they will have not only repaired the damage that they have sustained, they would also have eliminated the emotions that come with these negative experiences, and they can avoid passing on harm to further victims. There are many methods for gaining and maintaining composure, but it's really important to understand the mindset behind them. Often, there are two kinds of emotions. Most of the time, anger, frustration, irritation, and other kind of negative emotions actually can be attributed to external sources, such as bad traffic, bad luck, being treated unfairly, or simply an insult. And gaining composure under these kind of circumstances, simply put, is knowing that it's not your fault. Whatever incident, event, problem that initiated these emotions is somebody else's doing, and you shouldn't punish yourself by exerting the energy to display these emotions. Most of us who have experienced these kind of negative emotions know that it's not something pleasant. And why should you punish yourself if it's somebody else's fault? This is not to say that you shouldn't feel angry when an external event has affected you personally in a negative way. However, you shouldn't emphasize these emotions to the degree that it becomes a form of mental exhaustion. Nevertheless, sometimes emotions truly come from yourself. Their source is you and your actions, such as not being able to live up to your own expectations, not being able to meet your goals. And these kind of emotions are much harder to resolve, and they require the understanding of delayed gratification. What is meant is that you have to be aware only if you can allow your emotions to subside and focus on the situation rationally, then you're able to resolve the cause of your emotions and eliminate your emotions that are causing you currently trouble altogether. Initially, it's not going to be natural to disobey the intentions of your very own organic emotions. However, composure is all about applying discipline over desires, and eventually, you are able to attain composure with deliberation. But why is it so worthwhile dedicating yourself to seek composure? It's all about acquiring inner peace. It's about liberating you from your emotions, using them as your guide, as your indicators, but not letting them take control of you. In the long run, it's going to increase your self esteem as you're more in control of yourself and potentially your physical health. And ultimately, it will make you more successful in your life because being composed, you have already removed most of the mistakes that you are going to harm yourself with because you have let your emotions run loose.